Hey guys, what's up? How are you? And today we will talk about some ideas and how people really using AI. It's not about video with ideas which you can implement. The main message is how you can start to think, to really starting to see the solutions and implementing it. Because it doesn't matter how much you have ideas or how much videos on YouTube you see, if those ideas do everyone and you know that you will be not the first person here. And if you will be not the first, it's okay also, but it means that there will be less money, less clients, because it's really a fast growing market, and here no stable standards how products must look like. And if you will copy someone, it means that you will be not developing your skills for thinking, because really a lot of opportunities here. And I want to start from this.
This kid made over $1 million in 1 year with a business idea that nobody's talking about. AI generated books. He invited us.
Okay, it's not an invention, but it's ability and discipline to see how it works and how you can implement it. At the same way, if you start to think about it, especially me, I'm started to do this, but the one problem, I'm not a native on English, and it means that for me it's more difficult to make a good plot or a good descriptions for a book, because I start to think about it and how I can do this at all. I can read about how to write books in a good way, but if I don't have an experience of it, I can do this good. Also, I must know where is a good output. For me, especially, all good outputs from ChatGPT, because my English is very low. And if I start to see it that, okay, maybe it's a good output, but the next output will be in other style, and I will be notice it, because one word or something will be very, very beautiful or clear, and it will be difficult. Yeah. And the main thing here is how you perceive this AI. AI, it's only an extension for your skills for now, because now we don't have an AGI, general artificial intelligence, and it means that you must think now how you can use and how you must implement it. Also, if someone will make AGI, it doesn't mean that you must stop thinking, because nobody don't make a choice for your life, and it's really obvious, because this skill is really made you ahead sometimes, but sometimes it makes you loser. You must know this border where you must be more soft and to be more for people. But here the main message from this video is that AI is just an extension for your skill set, how you think, how you can understand the needs of other people better, because from communication you can understand it. But if you have only technology, it doesn't mean that you will go ahead, because now the main thing is to catch up these needs and make them bigger, make an extension from it, and how you can fulfill in a new and more efficient way those needs. And let's just move on to the next interesting thing, that but here which point I want to make, that you can also do this, and a lot of people do this, but in a smaller scale, and you can use it. You can just write, you know what is good and what to must be in this book. The better way is to find books which you read and where you really know how it was made and what is a good book in a such topic and what is bad. Okay, let's move on. Here we see new character AI. I'm heard about it, but don't think this is a big deal. But for now, it's like a new extension. I don't remember how were called those games with Lucifer, with those evils, devils, and so on, about like history, where you push the button and you see the next variation of such history. If you will push other button, you will have other history. And here the same way, but now you start to speak with such models. Also, if you learning languages, you also saw this speaking heads. It's the similar thing, but it's about your favorite characters and you can speak with them. I'm not sure that this will be on 100% right, that this is such person and it's not a general output. It can be made in a such style, but the tricky thing why I'm showing it, I'm also don't think this will be work, like speaking with Elon Musk and who will win and other interesting thing. And it's interesting point because a lot of people don't realize how fast and with small steps going to us new technology and how people use it. Here's a message from Twitter about how most people don't realize how many young people are extremely addicted to character AI. Users go crazy in the Reddit when servers go down. It's interesting, really. They get 25 millions plus visits monthly and 20 million monthly users, largely in the USA. Most impressively, they see 2 billion queries a day, 20% of Google search. And if those numbers are not speaking to you, it's like the next message from this pupil from a school. I've had enough with my addiction to character AI. I've used it in a school instead of doing work, and for that now I'm failing. It's an interesting point. As I type this, I'm doing missing work with an unhealthy amount of stress. So in all, my main reason is school and life. I need to go outside and breathe and get shit in school down. I quit character AI. It really similar that every new technology and every new generation applies it to their life differently and they think about it differently. And here we just see this revolution because nobody can't offer to you to speak with your character. Like, it's not possible when you also struggles and all possible way to go out is to read a book or watch a film. And when you read a book or watching a film, you start to live with such characters and you start to speak with them in your head. And now it's possible. It's like a magic. It's a new technology and you can use it. And it's really extremely powerful because before that, companies take the information from your social media, from your TikTok Reels, TikTok feed, from Instagram feed, and now it was a cover of your interest, but nobody really don't know what you really think. But now, when someone can type or speak with such models, they can afford their data to those companies because they openly speak what they really think, what they really struggles, where they have a stress, when they have a stress, how much they have a stress, and how they really think. And it's a tricky thing because it's like a new step in a new reality where just like cyberpunk and so on. Because I don't know what is it, but now after such message I understand, and I just see. I'm not tried it yet, but I will, because it's interesting. But I'm not think this will be a good alternative to the real life when you really can learn, when you really can speak with people, because everything what we do in our digital life to make our real life better. For now, also it can change. I'm not arguing about it, but now you really can think about it because it's interesting way how people can perceive. It's an extension of your need about. It's an extension of your need to speak with someone, to dream. We always had this need to dream, to fly in our dreams, to think that this is right and it must be. And before that, we had our head to reproduce those thoughts, and now we don't must to push our brain to work. We just must go to this character AI and speak with who we wanted. It's extremely cool and powerful, and you also can use it because a lot of companies now won't start to use it, but how to make them to speak with your clients, with your customers, because nobody don't know what will work. And when you make a product and show what you made, it can speak to somebody at some point. Okay, let's move on. Because I'm just a designer, it's a lot of in such words. I'm very like visuals, and now I just see something like this. You have a photo and you can apply from such photo colors to the other photo. It's like a new way for filters, because before that you must to sit down in your Photoshop or other program, but for me it's Photoshop because it was most accurately to make such differences, and it always will in a such way that you must to spend a lot of time to do this. And now you just can upload it and make. But I'm not understand why it on the iPhone or iPad. But for sure it's a cool alternative, and I think something can exist on a browser, and you can find similar solutions because it's really save your time. And also I want to speak about for designers such interesting thing like remove background. You can just type remove background AI and so on, and you don't must to spend more time in Photoshop or other program to select your area to delete. You just can put your image and have this thing like without spending a lot of time, and it's very accurate. If you have some inaccuracies, some problems, you can edit it on Photoshop, and it's not a problem for a lot of people. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Cheer. Okay, let's breathe. Cheers. Yeah. Okay, and it's last, not at least on the importance, but in England we see the new development of technology about AI and how those AI models can understand what is going on in your car. Like if you had a bigger speed than expected in a such area, you must pay. And now those models can see if the driver not have a belt, if driver speak or watching on a smartphone, and there was more accurate than people who work in a police to do this and maintain this. Okay, it's yeah, there was like 350 restrictions for the last week, and it's like, whoa, how it can work, really. You know about the Tesla technology? It's time to think about how such models can be implemented in visuals and computer vision, because a lot of implementations which are not exist in other countries. It also very expensive to do, but if someone start to do this here, really a big progress and a lot of money. And it's maybe a long video because a lot of abstracts and no concrete examples, but here the main point to make you think about the real implementations and extension of our needs, because our needs don't change for all our existence. And someone said that our DNA is very, very old and our body knows what was on the beginning of the universe. And yeah, the main point which I wanted to make in such video about thinking for yourself, don't push you where people say this is a topic you must to be on it. No, where a lot of people you have more problems and more competencies. Nobody really don't know what will work before it exists and before it tested. Look at it like scientific experiments where you can count how much tryings you have, how much failures you have, and why you have it and why you don't have it. And after this, make your assumptions. Okay, bye! Nice to see you, nice to meet you, and good to see you next.